Hello everyone, GWFan here with another update already. Contrary to the way I normally am, I seem to be a rather compulsive or even impulsive person when it comes to Let's Plays. For example, my very first Let's Play, I started kind of on a whim, having really not a whole lot of idea of what a Let's Play was really supposed to be and all that. Kind of deciding on my own style, and well, it turned out a lot better than I was expecting. So yeah, thank you, viewers. You're all awesome. Then, of course, I started my second LP, or rather, I should say, I had decided on a second LP and then changed it to My Little Pony RPG, The Elements of Harmony, when pretty much the day I first found out about the game and started playing it. So, impulse. And again, thank you for watching that one. That's so far been my most popular video. Or series, I should say. But then, I started my third LP, which, didn't seem so impulsive because I had already been planning on it. And the only thing, well, so far, I'm not really particularly happy with the video quality so far, but that's besides the point in this update. But in regards to Breath of Fire 2, let me give you a little bit more information about it that I never mentioned before. You see, as for, well, we'll just say the first 4 Breath of Fire games, I don't have any experience with that other 5th game. I don't know anything about it, really. But as far as the first 4 Breath of Fire games go, most fans of the series are pretty much agree that that Breath of Fire 2 has the overall best story, with one gripe. The fact that the original English translation that Capcom gave us is, well, it's very flat, I guess would be the word, or maybe dry would be better. It's basically a direct translation with little consideration for context. In addition, much like minigame RPGs in the 90s, the game is actually riddled with several bugs that, frankly, are kind of stupid. Because, for example, there's actually a spell in the game that literally does nothing when you cast it. There's even a couple of accessories that do nothing for you whatsoever. There's 5 spells in the game that normally would have been elemental, but have some elemental property, but because of the bugs, they're all non-elemental spells, which completely changes the way you use them. Furtherly, there's even at least 2 points in the game where you're asked a yes and no question, and the actual answers, yes and no, are reversed. You have to answer yes for no and no for yes. I mean, really? What happened, Capcom? Well, anyway, despite all that, I still love the game. It's still one of my favorite RPGs, games from the Super NES era. I can completely overlook these little problems. But even so, I was made aware of just today by one of my viewers, Nick0100. He informed me of a sort of retranslation of the game, a ROM hack, literally. But he directed me to a video showing me what this retranslation looked like, made by a person by the name, I believe it's pronounced Ryusui, who improved upon a retranslation version created by a person named D4. Although I had a little bit of skepticism about it at first, I was very, very impressed with this redone dialogue. Also, they fix, if not all, at least most of the bugs that were present in the original game. And further, they also changed the names of most of the equipment and items and spells to better reflect the later games in the series, Breath of Fire 3 and 4. Otherwise, the gameplay, the game mechanics, and all that is all left untouched. It's still exactly the same game, just with all these improvements to it, or at least, I guess, what most people might consider to be improvements, perhaps. But just for a little bit of context, let's briefly watch a very short scene from the original translation of the game that you saw in my last video, only without me commentating this time. Alright, and now let's rewatch that scene with this new translation in effect. And by the way, the game also translates the characters' names based on their original Japanese names, or at least close to it. So for this next scene, Bo has been renamed to, or more correctly been named, Bosch, which I don't know if I'll actually be able to get used to. Well, you guys have pretty much figured out exactly what this update is about already, but I figure I'll say it anyway. Since my LP hasn't gotten anywhere yet, and since I'm absolutely not satisfied with the video quality of the two videos so far, I was actually working on that just today, I'm heavily considering just rebooting my entire Breath of Fire 2 LP and, deleting the first two videos I have and restarting with this retranslation, which would actually be very interesting because I actually haven't played it past the scene we just watched anyway, so it'd be a totally new experience for me, and I could actually, kind of comment on, the changes in the dial, or maybe not even changes, the arguable improvements. We'll see, I guess, if that does in fact happen. And plus, I'd still be able to, inform everyone about the various little ridiculous bugs that are in the original game. And otherwise, the gameplay, my strategies, everything I planned for, still works exactly the way it did before. So, it would all still be good. And plus, after looking around the internet a little bit, I could actually be the first person to LP this retranslation. And besides, the first two LPs were both fan-made games. I mean, the first game I LP'd was actually a game hack anyway, so why not continue the trend? But, you know, you're all the ones watching my LPs, so I figure, what do you guys think? I want your opinion on this. Do you think I should, totally redo my LP of Breath of Fire 2 and start with this new one, or just, continue from where I've already gotten to, which is barely anywhere? Uh, you know, leave a comment, PM me, I guess either in my YouTube account or FIM Fiction account, I suppose. Either way, or any way of those three ways is fine. I really like to know. So, until I find out, or until I guess maybe I get a low amount of votes or something, we'll find out how this goes next time on Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. Arrivederci.